Good morning, my Virgos. This is your monthly reading for the month of August. Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Either one. People, astrologers say watch your rising first and then watch your sun. Or I think it just depends on the individual, whatever seems to resonate with you the most. But I will assure you one thing, my Virgos. I shuffled these freaking cards. I actually decided to use my Barbara Moore deck. And look at all those people. All right, Virgos, pay attention because you know what? Buckle in. This is going to be a bumpy ride. We start out with the Queen of Pentacles, and that's you. Pentacles are all about our earth signs. Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. And you were the first card out. And I love our Queen of Pentacles because she's so practical. The Queen of Pentacles is the one who steers the ship when everybody else is too tired. When the Queen of Wands decides that she's giving up. When the Queen of Cups just starts saying, I'm too tired. She's the one who steers the ship. She's very practical and she's somebody who can make something out of nothing. So I feel for my Virgos, you've been working like that repeatedly, wash, rinse, repeat, and you're not seeing too much success. Now, I'm going to go through the cards and then I'm going to tell you what my first impression was. You may hate me, but that's okay. So you're sitting there, my Virgos, and you're thinking about somebody, they're on the back of your mind, and you're hoping for a message. Okay, but you know that this person has somebody. Okay, and that person, you also have somebody. So when I looked at this reading, I'm telling you, all I could see was a third party situation. But here's the difference. I feel like my Virgos have somebody and they have feelings for someone else. But I feel like the person you are emotionally involved with, they also have somebody else. Okay? So when I looked at this, I felt like the person that you care about maybe isn't your significant other. Maybe they are just somebody who you could work with, you had a relationship with, somebody who just kind of stays on your mind. And I feel this person, again, because of the Page of Wands, sends a message to you, which makes it difficult because you've already got somebody, but you also know that he has somebody, or does he? Maybe the message he's sending you is, my other relationship ended. I'm free now. What about you? So my Virgos are very, very happy about it. They're very happy that they got the message. But as usual, and most of us are all guilty of this, they're not thinking it through. Okay, so what do I tell this person? Because if I tell them I have somebody else, are they going to go away? If I tell them I don't, what do I do with the other person? So I feel for my Virgos, the month of August, and this is a reconciliation card. I feel you're going to get a message. And this is a very specific reading for a very specific situation. And I got to be honest with you, I tried to shake it off when I first looked at it. I did. But I said, nope, I got to do it. And I got to say to myself, it's either going to resonate with one or 100. But it is what it is. So I feel for my Virgos for the month of August, you are going to be presented with a message. And you're going to have to figure out how do you do this, because you are going to realize that there's a lot of people involved in this situation, and how are things going to be handled? Now, it doesn't always have to be, how could I put this? So it doesn't always have to be like, you're married or involved with someone else. Maybe your children don't like your ex and they don't want you to get back with them. You have an obstacle, let me call it that. There's an obstacle there, and they had an obstacle, and then you can fit it in whatever kind of obstacle they had. But the Three of Cups is definitely three people in a relationship. So if it's not you who's emotionally or attached to someone, it's definitely the other person. And the Three of Cups is all about reconciliation And I feel like you are going to get an offer. I had to draw one more. Just had to. So here's what I get though. Everything really starts getting some traction in the month of September because that's my September card. So even though you get a message in August, say early August, it's not going to be linear. So in other words, when I say that, I mean it's not going to be message, progression, in a straight line. It's going to be you hear from them, you don't hear from them, you hear a lot, you don't hear, you know what? All that crazy stuff that really screws with your head. And you are going to have to make a choice. Somebody else got that too, and I can't remember. Was it Leo's or was it Cancer? I think I put it on the thumbnail. Sorry, but you're going to have to figure it out yourselves. All right, my Virgos, have a happy August, and thank you so much, and you have a great rest of the day.